welcome back to a new video. You're probably watching this and wondering what the heck am I doing on the floor, which I will explain in just a moment. I am in the process of going ahead, conquering my fear, diving straight into starting my small business. I guess I've always been in the process of starting my small business, doing YouTube, doing, different paintings and trying to grow on social media in general. But as it's slowly going and as I'm getting more confident with my artwork and I'm producing a lot more artwork than I was before that I'm actually proud of, I want to actually make some prints of them. And so I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and pick out some art that I really want to make prints of, and then the other art that I'm not so proud of but still want to have some kind of print format of it. I want to make a little art zine of my 2020 to 2023 artwork that I've created. And it also would be a cool way to show how much I've progressed over that 3-year time span. Mostly all of the artwork that I have made that I want to print is from 2023, but I still want to share and document the artwork that I really love from past years as well. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now on the floor, sorting out all of my artwork that I love and potentially want to make into prints, so I can decide which ones will be, well, all of them will be in my art book, but only a few selected will actually become prints. Hey everyone, I'm just behind the camera. I just want to say happy October 31st. Happy Halloween if you celebrate it. I just spent some time organizing all of my paintings and figuring out which ones I want to make into prints and which ones I want to potentially put into an art zine, because I don't think all of them I'll be able to make a print of, but some of them are like really my favorites. And I'm planning on possibly making a poll online. And I've been looking into like art prints and sizes and everything. Like, I've just been doing so much the past 2 days, and I've hardly had any sleep because of file sizes and just like, it's just driving me crazy. But anyway, I thought it would be a good idea to lay out all of my art here and just figure out what pieces I like and I want to print in any kind of fashion. And I'm just kind of just been thinking about like my art style and how I really struggled with trying to figure out what my art style was, what my art voice was. And it's just really amazing. I can kind of see like what my style is looking like and what it's becoming. And it's amazing to see like how much my art has progressed. Like, that was just 2 years ago, that was a year ago, and this is today. And it's just so amazing to see huge progression. I feel like sometimes like I'm not growing or I'm not improving, and my art just looks like trash all the time. Sometimes I just don't feel I have a purpose in this art space. And then I see this and I'm like, wow, there's been so much growth in the past 2 years. And I guess I just think like the possibilities are even greater in the next 2 years, Because 2 years ago, I didn't think I would be able to paint like this. I was painting like this. So imagine how I feel now and how great my paintings will look in 2 years. I don't know. It just kind of blew my mind and just made me really happy. And I can't wait to get some of these printed out as little art prints. Right now, I'm just like getting a little bit frustrated with formatting everything and editing stuff and getting things edited in Photoshop. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break because I'm gonna head out to the ceramic studio. Today we're having an open studio day, so no class, but we get to do whatever you want. And I went there yesterday, and I think I'm just gonna glaze some of my ceramic palettes today and set some of my greenware up to be bisque fired. So that is the plan for today. But before I do that, I need to eat some lunch because it's currently after 12 and I'm gonna be there for a couple hours. Hi, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Jada, and this is my spare bedroom art studio slash foster room when I have foster animals from the shelter that I work at. And yes, I am a full-time employee and also just starting to find what I want to do with my life, and art is one of those things that I want to do with my life, and I'm just documenting my journey. And right now I'm documenting my journey to opening my little art small business store shop on my website. And right now I'm starting the first step, which is getting all of my art out that I have made that I really, really love, and figuring out which ones I actually want to make into prints. I've given myself 4 weeks to get this done. So I want my shop to be completed, launched, everything done by December 1st. And now it's November 1st, and I'm hoping to document the journey and break it up into maybe like 4 videos. And each video is me progressing in each step and taking you guys along in the journey and just sharing what it's like to start and not have a lot of time to do so. And the reason why I'm giving myself the deadline of 4 weeks is because in the back of my mind, I've always had the thought of starting my business, getting prints out, doing all these things. And the first step obviously was to make art that I'm proud of. And I've come to the point in my art style that I am very happy with the art that I've made so far this year, but the problem is that I am procrastinating and too afraid to start the next step, which is figuring out, how to edit my art in Photoshop in Lightroom, and also figuring out how to get my art printed. So some of the art I have put into Photoshop, did my best to edit them. And yesterday and the day before, I spent some time looking at different print shops, and I decided on 2 different manufacturers to print my art, and I picked 3 different pieces of my art to print out and quality check it and see if it looks nice. It was definitely a difficult, very stressful process. I had a problem with formatting my art and making sure that there were a big enough file that they would come out in good quality, hopefully, crossing fingers. I had a difficulty uploading them onto the website because the files were so large, and I became frustrated multiple times throughout this whole process. But I'm glad that I'm at the point that I'm ready to purchase everything and wait for them to come in, and hopefully they look good so I don't have to go tweaking anything. But I feel like my luck with everything turning out really well that I want to print out is not very high, so I can hope, but I am allowing myself the grace of understanding that I'm still learning and figuring things out. So if nothing comes out exactly the way I want them to, I have an idea of how to fix it. So another thing that I want to do is kind of share how much money I am spending starting out this business. I think it's very important, especially for someone like me, where I get very hesitant when I have to spend a large amount of money on something that I don't know I'm gonna get a really good return on. I get very nervous, and then I don't start anything. I'm afraid to do anything, and I freeze up, and I wait and I wait and I wait. And I feel like right now I'm just gonna wait forever because I never feel ready to make that big jump. So I thought it would be a great idea to kind of give you an idea of what the finances are looking like at the end of this journey. I'll have everything calculated up and share the numbers with you, but as I'm going through everything, I'll also be sharing those numbers with you. Today has turned out to be a very gloomy and overcast day, and possibly not the best for filming, but I promised myself that I was going to show up for every video that I wanted to make, and document the process as I'm going through them, because I think this is so important and I feel like it's gonna pay off in the end. At least I'm hoping that it will pay off in the end. And I'm hoping that, as people are coming in and watching these videos for the first time, this probably is going to be the first time you meet me. And I hope you stay, and I hope you support what I'm doing here as well, and we can build a community, and I'm able to help you if you're also struggling with starting your small business, whether it's financially or maybe just motivation, or maybe you also work a full-time job, or maybe two full-time jobs, maybe two part-time jobs, because I've done that before too. That maybe just showing up for yourself in these small ways, like me showing up for myself in these small ways, will help motivate you as well. Okay, so the next step is to purchase some art prints that hopefully come out nice and I can proof them before I print out a large amount. So before we get started on purchasing some art proofs, I thought it would be a good idea to explain why I'm deciding to have my own inventory instead of going with like a print on demand kind of shop situation. I've looked into them and I thought it would be a better like gateway, like entryway for me to have someone else print and ship my art for me. But as I looked into it more, looked at the cost, looked at the idea that I wouldn't really be able to know how good the quality is, I decided to go with what other artists that I see in my, space is doing, which is getting the art printed by a manufacturer, having them getting shipped to my address, and then me shipping them out. I was really hesitant at first to go with this method just because I don't have a very large audience. I don't expect that a lot of people are going to want my art. That's why I'm only limiting myself to 5 art prints at the moment, and they're going to be in 2 different sizes. I'm thinking that I'm going to do a cliché of my art, which is a very high quality art print, and then also postcard size art prints. So the clichés are going to be in the original size of the artwork, and then the postcards are just going to be smaller prints of my artwork. And so I guess I'm going to have maybe 3 different sizes depending on the artwork. I have some smaller pieces that will be made into clichés, and then I have some postcard prints that are just gonna be like the normal postcard size. And I hope I'm saying that word right, cliche art prints. I don't know. I'm really bad at pronouncing things correctly, so sorry for that, but hopefully I can get it right the next time. With the clichés and the postcards, I picked 3 of my artwork that I am planning on using as an example. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase those. I am struggling to decide on the 5 art that I want to print out. I'm like leaning more towards 8 because I think that would be a bigger number and more selections. If there's art pieces that I didn't select that you would like to have a print of, just let me know and I'll be sure to keep that in mind the next time I go forward with printing out more art. So the next step is to open up this laptop and start paying for things. And I can show you what those paintings look like if you're not familiar with them yet. So let me go grab them real quick. So those are my 3 girls that I am choosing to get prints of, just to see what the quality will look like, and also make sure my files are correct and that I love the quality of them. And then I'll probably pick 3 larger prints. I'm probably gonna pick 3 larger prints and then maybe 1 or 2 of my smaller prints. We're gonna just focus on getting these printed for my little business and see how they turn out. For the clichés, I'm gonna be able to do them in the size of the artwork, so there'll be 9 by 12, and in total it's gonna cost me, let's see. So it looks like the total for just 6 prints, 2 in different sizes, just to do the proofs and everything, came out to be $69.66, and that is how much I spent on the first day of starting my art business. I think right now I want to organize my art into sections of what I want to print versus ones that I want to potentially make into an art zine. I've been thinking a lot about printing out in a little art zine, like my 2020 to my 2023 paintings. And also I'm thinking a lot about also offering ceramics. So I've been making little ceramic palettes at the art studio, and I was thinking about potentially opening up pre-orders for those. I still have to wait because I have like 8 of them that are being bixed, are waiting to be bixed fire. So they're still greenware. I just sent them to be fired yesterday after I finished them, so it's probably gonna take maybe a couple weeks before they're fully completed. So that's probably not gonna be available until the end of the month. Maybe I will get them all back. I'm not really sure. And then I was thinking about like how I was going to send out those orders. I don't know. It seems pretty complicated right now. I don't really know how I want to package anything at the moment. I've briefly looked at packaging materials during the time when I was, vaguely thinking about opening up my art business, but I haven't actually looked into any of them to purchase, like set out my cart, like this is my, what I'm gonna buy for sure. I haven't decided that yet, and I haven't decided what I want to do with ceramics yet. I really, really would love to offer them in my store, but I'm also having a hard time just like letting things go, like giving things away. Like once I make things, I'm like, oh, it's my precious baby. I don't want to give it away, but I have like 8 ceramic palettes that I made, and I do not need all of them. Most of them are just prototypes, so they're not perfect at all. They have their wonky little quirks, but I can't wait to glaze all of them and then share them all with you. And then we can decide together if we want them on the shop or not. If anyone is interested in ceramic palettes by me, I would be glad to give some away and possibly open pre-orders to eventually, make some for everyone, to eventually make more for those who miss out on the ones that I offer on my shop. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about that, but I don't want to like spend all my time in my ceramics class making palettes. I do want to get better at throwing on the wheel. Right now I'm having like trouble moving the walls of my pots, like making them taller, because I'm good at opening them up and then pushing them out, but then when I get to like pulling the walls, something goes wrong. Everything goes wrong. And so next week, my teacher said that we can work on that together, and I'm gonna take a break from making ceramic palettes until I decide if I'm gonna, like what the set design is gonna be, and then if I'm going to make them available on my website, possibly for pre-orders. But I feel like I'm torn because I don't know if anybody's gonna want them. That's just been on my mind. But right now, focusing on just my shop, what I want to do, organize my art prints, and think more about if I'm going to open up my shop for pre-orders for ceramic palettes once I get them back, so I can take pictures and share them more. If you are following me on Instagram, I do share like my ceramics journey, like what I've been making here and there, and I do have more pictures to share. I also made a post on Instagram letting everyone know that I am, picking out art to make into art prints, just in case anyone wants to chime in on, a specific painting that they would like to see printed out by me. I'm also thinking about making a post on my YouTube channel once I've decided on the 5 or 8, potentially 8 paintings I'm gonna make into prints. I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time narrowing down all my paintings to just 5, but I think 8 is a good solid number because then there's more to choose from and people can decide which ones they want to purchase. What's really funny and what's kickstarted all of this is because I've been watching, so I watch a lot of different small business videos, and like I'm starting my shop and launching my shop videos, and right now I'm watching Tofu Goop, like rewatching all of her videos of her starting her business, and I and I also watch Kelsey Rodriguez, I believe. Let me make sure that's correct. Yes, Kelsey Rodriguez. I've been watching her video about like starting an art shop, like what you need to get started or everything you need to do before launching your online store. Yes, I will link that down below too if you want to watch that. And that really gave me a good foundation. Like some of the stuff I already wrote down in my journal of like what I need to get started. I was watching her video and it did give me a really good like list of what I want to do to get started. One of the advice that she gave was before like ordering all your inventory was to do like a pre-order of like prints and stuff. And I don't know if my audience is large enough for me to offer pre-orders. Like I'm still debating whether or not I want to do that, like offer pre-orders of certain prints, just because I don't know how those prints are going to turn out. So what I will have to do is order proofs of all the prints that I want to make and then maybe offer pre-orders, but I feel like I won't get any. I feel like I won't get any pre-orders for some reason. I feel like I'll have a better success if I just have like a small batch of like art prints available to sell and then just, you know, promote it, see if anyone's interested and go from there. I don't know. I'm still like iffy about like the pre-ordering thing. So another thing that I'm struggling with is deciding if I want to go ahead and print out some of my older artwork from like years ago. So I really love this painting. It was one of my breakthrough paintings that I kind of started my foundation on and like my YouTube channel on. And I really love it. And there's parts I really don't love, which is like with all of my art. Like there's parts I really love and there's parts I really don't care about. But I don't know if anyone's gonna want this, but I want this to be made into a print. But would it just be good enough if I just put it in my art book, like my art zine, so it can kind of live on and print, but not actually be a print? I don't know. I think I kind of talked myself into just waiting. Also, like this art, like I really love parts of this artwork, but I also just really want to redo it. So I don't think I'm gonna make a print of that. But again, if there's any artwork that I'm laying out that I won't make prints of, but like potentially will put in my art book and you want prints of them, please let me know. Let me put my stack down. So the thing about this painting that I really love, I'm just gonna let the jets go first. I was saying that I really love parts of this painting too. Like I love the colors, like blue and orange. It's just a very beautiful combination. You can do so much with it. I believe I used turquoise blue and orange gouache. I really love the koi fish. I really love what I did with the hair. I really want to revisit doing something like this again with the hair and just the colors and the gold. I think it's gonna be so hard to like get gold printed out so it looks like actual gold and not like weird, I don't know, things happening. But yeah, I just really love this painting. I wish that like I could do it again in like the style that I'm good at now. Also, I don't know what paper this is. I think my sister gave me paper at one point and I don't know like what kind of paper, like what kind of watercolor paper this is. It's a little weird. And I think it's also just I was weird with this paper. There's this aspect of this painting I really love, and I want to keep it forever. That's also like another thing. Like, I make all these original artwork. It's done on cotton paper. It can totally go to a home that someone else could love, and I just don't want to give them any of them up. Like, I can't fathom the idea of like selling my original artwork right now because they're all just really precious to me, and I don't feel confident enough that I can recreate that type of art right now. So I'm not at that stage where I'm like, yes, go and find a new home, because I can't do it. These paintings are art that I won't be making prints of, but I would like to put in my art zine. Some of them are gonna be like, this is what it looks like before, and this is what I finalized the painting as, kind of thing. Like, these two guys are basically the same painting. I just wanted to redo it, and I have a third one that I'm working on that is like a redo of these two. And then I want to redo, let me see, pointing, I want to redo that painting there. Sorry, it's not focusing, but I think I talked about this in my December art vlog. I want to redo that painting because I feel like I can do a better job. And it's kind of weird like seeing them all together. They really do look like they belong together. I definitely see like a color theme happening. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm seeing things, but I definitely feel like this is like a style, like I see it. At first I didn't know if I had a style, and I'm still like building it, like it's doing the works. But I definitely see something happening here, and I really love it. This is really exciting. This is a really exciting next step. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty excited. I'm happy with the selection that I have. I feel like they do kind of really go well together. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Now I feel like I've accomplished something, and I can take some time to clean my apartment because it really needs some attention right now. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you when I have some prints to share, or maybe something else to share. Well, we'll just see you next week. Bye, take care. Hello everyone, I have been a busy bee. I decided to make another painting to round up the total of prints that I'll be making to 10. I thought it would be a good idea to finally make a companion painting to this painting that I made. I had an idea of something similar to this in my sketchbook. Pretty sure I showed it in my sketchbook tour, but this was like the companion, This was the companion painting that I was gonna make, and I decided to change up the design a little bit. And essentially it is another kitty. She's gonna be like a calico cat, and yeah, similar kind of design, similar color palette to the flowers and stuff. And I did add a cute little male to her, so it's like kind of a similar theme. And I'm really excited to get painting it tomorrow and add it to the collection. So it would be like a postcard set, like the three girls will be a postcard set. At least that's what I've been thinking about. So yeah, I'm really excited to kind of get this started and get painting. I start work again tomorrow, and I'm gonna, work on this after work. Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy 7th. Today is November 7th, and I really don't have much of an update. I'm still waiting for my prints to come in. I did get an email saying that both companies have shipped my prints. So I'm just waiting for them to show up basically, and we'll see how they look. I'm hoping that they will show up before I leave on my trip this weekend. But for now, I'm just gonna be working on this painting. I just started painting it today, like this morning. I've just been like not feeling super high energy lately. Like my energy level has been really low. And I don't know, I've just been very tired. So every day, like the past 2 days, I've been coming home after my full-time job and like falling asleep and not really doing much, which is kind of upsetting for me because I know that I have so much that I need to get done, but I'm also just trying to listen to my body, and my body is just telling me that I need to rest right now. So that's what I've been doing. I've just come back from my ceramics class, so I had my dinner, took a shower, and now I'm just gonna work on this painting for a little bit before I head off to bed because I do have work tomorrow. And then hopefully next week I'll have more of an update for you all and get to show you this final painting, because I definitely don't think I'm gonna finish this painting tonight, or maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna give myself that expectation right now, but I hope to finish it soon. All of my ceramic palettes look really nice. They survived their abyss fire, so I'm gonna, next week, Tuesday, I'm going to glaze them. And I do have some pieces that have been glazed that I can't wait to share with you guys too. But yeah, I hope that I'll have more of an update of how those prints are looking next week. And until then, I will see you all in the next one. Bye, take care.
Can you feel it, honey? Can you feel it, honey? Now you're way past that. All that bad, 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 bad. So bad, 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 bad. Can you see it, honey? Can you see it? See you past the trouble. Now you know the meaning of it all. It all. Didn't think it happened so soon, but then one afternoon you finally moved on. Letting go of all that he said and finally cared for yourself. You really moved